OE Pulse, your plant floor live. Real-time timelines, a full day for any machine, alerts the moment things slip, and the reports to back it up. Here's what this video covers. The live production dashboard, machine by machine, the filters that shape it, devices, hierarchy, time and metric. How to read the timeline, bands, legends, and job details, and day at a glance, one machine whole day. First, let's get oriented. We'll start at the very top of the page with the navigation bar. This menu follows you everywhere in Pulse. Dashboard is the live timeline you're on now. Day at a glance lays out one machine's whole day. Plan realization tracks how you're running against the schedule. Alerts is where you build rules that watch your machines. Reports holds the printable reports. Utility has extra tools like the side-by-side comparison tool. And settings is where Pulse gets configured. On the far right is the light and dark toggle. One click flips the app to dark, one more flips it back. Same data, your choice of look. Now, the filter menu down the left side. This whole panel controls everything the dashboard shows you. First up, devices. This is where you choose which machines land on the timeline. Search to jump to one, hit all to grab every machine, or turn on only show running to hide anything idle. Let me add another line. And there it is, on the timeline. Next, hierarchy. Instead of picking machines one at a time, grab a whole slice of the plant. Open it up, choose a category, and the dashboard narrows to that group, a line, an area, or the whole plant. The time filter decides the window every chart on this page is describing, and it works two ways, by shift or by an explicit time range. Shift mode follows your own shift pattern. This shift, last shift, 2 or 3 shifts back, or forward if you are checking what is scheduled next. And whole shift shows the shift end to end, rather than only the part that has elapsed, which is what you want when you are comparing a shift in progress against a finished one. Time range takes a start and an end. Those are whole days by default, but switch on specify time and you get hours and minutes as well, so you can frame a window tightly around one changeover instead of the whole day it happened on. Below the dates, the window is really two choices, how long and which one. Hour, day, week, and month set the length. An hour when every stop needs to stand on its own. A month when you want the shape of the trend rather than the detail. And the row underneath moves you through them. Current, last, next, or 2 and 3 periods either side. Last week is 2 clicks, rather than a date you have to work out. The timeline redraws for whatever window you choose. Zoom out far enough, and Pulse tells you it is grouping events together. That is your cue to narrow back down when you need to see individual stops. Channels decide which bands get drawn for each machine. Job, shift hour, shift, and process state. Plus a scheduled job band we'll come back to. Watch the state band as I switch it off and back on. The timeline metric controls how those bands are colored. Right now it's coloring by efficiency. But watch what happens when I switch to OEE. Every band recolors to the new measure. You can color by availability, performance, or quality too, whatever you're managing to that day. And if this dashboard lives on a wall, Rotate Pages is your friend. Turn it on, and Pulse cycles through your machines page by page, hands-free, so a whole floor stays visible on one screen. Down at the bottom are the color legends, your key to the timeline. The top one ties colors to your metric thresholds, so one glance shows what's on target and what needs attention. The bottom one ties them to machine states, so you read the floor without second guessing. Now, the timeline itself. Each machine gets a stack of bands. The job band shows the part that's running with live efficiency and counts on the bar. Shift hour and shift show where that time falls in the day. And the state band breaks it down to the fine-grained machine state, running, slowed, or stopped. Hover over any segment, and the details panel fills in everything about that moment. Up top, the job and part and how it's pacing against goal. The core rates, OEE, availability, performance, quality, efficiency, and TEEP. The counts, good parts, rejects, and startup rejects. The time breakdown, how long it ran, and how much was productive. And right here, where the time and the parts were lost. That's the dashboard. Now let's move to day at a glance. Open the Dashboards menu, and it's right there. The sidebar here works just like the one you saw on the dashboard. Same time filter, same hierarchy, same device list. What's new is below. A checkbox to only show data from running devices. and the options list, a set of checkboxes that turn each section of this page on or off. They're all on by default. One thing to know right away, nothing renders until you pick a device. Day at a glance is a one machine at a time view. I'll pick our offset press, hide XL106, and the whole day appears. And if I click a different machine, like our FlexoPress MAP7, it doesn't add a second machine. It switches. One device, one deep dive. At the top is the timeline, the machine's day as a strip of color. Green when it's running, other colors for each kind of stop. You can see at a glance how the shift actually went. Long clean runs or a day chopped up by stops. Below the timeline are two summary bars. The state summary adds up the whole window by state, total time running, and total time in each kind of stop, side by side in one bar. The cycle summary looks at the running time itself and splits it into run cycles, small stops, and partial cycles. So even when the machine looked green, you can see how much of that was full speed cycles versus little hiccups. Next is the instant chart, a minute-by-minute trend across the window. Two sidebar controls belong to it, and it's worth being clear. They apply to the instant chart only, not the timeline, not the summaries. Chart type picks what's plotted, OEE by default or good reject counts, cycles or cycle time. And aggregation picks the bucket size, from raw data points up to 30-minute averages. Fine buckets show every wobble. Bigger buckets show the trend. Then the downtime reasons charts, the same stops ranked two ways. On the left, which reasons cost the most time. On the right, which happened most often. A reason can be rare but long, or short but constant. Seeing both tells you which problem to chase. The three include checkboxes control which categories of downtime feed these two charts. Unplanned stops, the breakdowns and jams. Planned stops, things like changeovers and breaks, and not scheduled time, when the machine wasn't supposed to run at all. Uncheck one, say include planned stop, and those reasons drop out. Now the charts rank only the losses that weren't part of the plan. Last, the comments. With Show Comments on, the operator comments for this device and this time window appear right under the charts, the shop floor story behind the numbers, with its own search box. So when the charts show a rough stretch, the explanation is often sitting right here. That's day at a glance. Pick a window, pick a machine, and read its whole day top to bottom. That is the dashboards, a live view of every machine, filters to narrow it to the question you are asking, and day at a glance when you need one machine full story.